Okay, I gotta go catch the plane, but tomorrow is the Feast of St. Patrick, and of course it's almost, anybody guess what color vestments are used for the Feast of St. Patrick? Well, it's during Lent, so if it's a first-class feast, in some areas it is, like Ireland and some parts of New York, it'd be white. Yeah, that's a curveball. A lot of people.
Isn't it somebody's birthday on Monday?
Pardon?
Isn't it somebody's birthday on the 17th? A certain bishop?
Is it Bishop Williamson? Is it?
Oh, it's Father Giroux.
Oh, Father Giroux. Yeah, be sure to call him up and wish him happy birthday. So, St. Patrick is tomorrow, and also St. Joseph is on the 19th. So make sure you honor him.
St. Benedict.
And St. Benedict after him, yeah. So it's a big week this week, and you can do something special for them, make a special cake or something. But honor them, read the collect of their Mass. And St. Joseph, just a little point on St. Joseph. There are no relics of St. Joseph. There's a piece of his garments, there's relics of some of his garments that the Virgin Mary would have had. But there are no relics of St. Joseph. And St. Francis de Sales, he said, I know it's not defined yet by the Church, but he says, it's been a constant tradition, and he himself believed it, and someday the Catholic Church may define it as a dogma, but it's something that's always been, and that is that St. Joseph was assumed body and soul into heaven. St. Francis de Sales taught it, and he believed it. And so it's an incredible thing to think that the Holy Family, right now, the only bodies that are in heaven with real flesh is our Lord Jesus Christ, who has the womb, the Blessed Virgin Mary, who was assumed into heaven, and she's so beautiful. St. Bernadette was wrapped into ecstasy just seeing her face, and they held candles under her hands to burn her, and she didn't feel it. And then St. Joseph. So the Holy Family is in heaven, and I myself believe it. St. Francis de Sales is a great doctor of the Church, so he's certainly believable. But it's a tremendous thing for your families now in these days of upheaval and confusion and on the verge of a massive chastisement. We have our Holy Family in heaven in their bodies as well to intercede for us. So pray to them, and don't forget the great St. Benedict either, who's the father of Europe. Pius XII called him father of Europe. St. Benedict has in his rule some very wise words for the abbot. And you fathers of families, you would certainly draw great profit from reading what he says about the abbot of a monastery. And you can apply it to the father of a family. How he has to seek first the things of God, lead the spiritual life by prayer. He has to punish but also encourage. Saint Benedict says, one of his wisdom is, he says, be careful off the rust. You could break the vessel. And he's talking about disciplining. So it has to be done with there has to be discipline, but not to crush. And there has to be encouragement, but not to make flippant. So it's a lot of wisdom in the rule of St. Benedict. And you fathers would draw a lot to just read the chapter even on the abbot. So these are great. It's a great week this week, and so I gotta go catch a plane. But persevere in the faith, and be generous with our Lord with penance. And the greatest penance, of course, is to do what the Church asks us to do, which is to fast. Not on Sundays, though. Sunday is never a fast day. And St. Joseph, normally you have a big feast on St. Joseph, St. Patrick if you're Irish. and St. Benedict if you're Catholic. So we have all these excuses to have celebrations, but they are great saints. So you can have one festive meal for sure in their honor. Even the monasteries do, even the seminaries do. So pray to them this week, and I don't know when we'll have Mass next. Let me just say this. I know it's difficult for everybody. For me too. I only learned that I'm going sometimes on Thursday, on Friday. Because Father Pfeiffer is juggling so much. He's got tickets to juggle, prices to juggle, places to juggle. More and more people keep asking for Mass. So on behalf of Father Pfeiffer and myself, we apologize for all the inconvenience that comes because of this. And I know it is. Because you got 48 hours to find a place to have Mass. That's kind of how it's been. And I'm trying to remind Father Pfeiffer, and he often just has so much to handle. And hopefully, God will give us some more priests. If this agreement actually does go through, as Father Fluger and Bishop Fillet and Father Nelly so badly want, if they get their long-desired agreement or recognition, same difference, it may give to tradition, to the Marian Corps, more priests. Let's hope so. Because the battle, this stage of the battle is, the devil has more camouflage. He's camouflaged himself with traditional veneer. So he's an artful warrior, and we cannot fall for his tricks. And Archbishop Lefebvre said also, he said, in the future the battle it'll get more difficult. Bishop Tissier said this also, if only he would act on it. But that the enemy is going to take on more traditional veneer. And so we got the reform of the Reformed Mass that Bishop Fillet, we discovered, actually praises. He had that Bishop of Australia, Bishop Elliot, revealed to the world that Bishop Fillet was praising the Mass of the Reform of the Reform. So how would it go? It'll begin like a Latin Mass. Then at the Epistle, the priest will turn around and read in English, in English-speaking countries. And then go the Gospel and read it in English. And then the Gospel, the sermon, and then dialogue Mass, of course. And then the rest of the Mass is supposed to be the same. Maybe they'll drop the second Confiteor. But we don't play games with the Mass and the liturgy. And you know what St. Pius V said? Anybody? If anybody dares, it's worth hearing again. It's in the first letter in that missal. If anyone dares to change this Mass or add to it, he will incur the anger of Almighty God and of St. Peter and Paul.
So one of the popes said that it cannot be in the vernacular. One of the popes said...
The Council of Trent clearly condemned the use of vernacular in the Mass. And I'm on to an interesting study. I haven't done all the research yet. But apparently, well, I guess that means it's time to go. But apparently, I'll close with this. Apparently, St. Pius X issued the document on Gregorian chant in 1903, remember? In the Italian, it says, active participation of the faithful. And someone's doing a study on this, and apparently active participation was added in the Italian. But in the Latin, it's not there. So Pius X didn't have the intention of all the people dialoguing at Mass. His intention was the Gregorian chant to be chanted, everyone chanting the Mass, the commons, but not the active participation that the Novus Ordo movement is boasting about. So it's an interesting study, and I'll bring up more on that in the future. But anyway, I'll give everybody a blessing and let you go. Father, Son, Holy Ghost, amen. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritus Sancto, sicut erat in principio Bendis, Partis, Finis, Venesations, Revos, Mania Semper, Amen. God bless. Keep the faith.
Bless the name, protect us.